Today's Talk of the Town is proudly brought to you by the Redcliffe's Players in association with Telstra.
Welcome back to MilduraWeekly.com.au. This is Talk of the Town, and we're talking performing arts today. And joining me in the studio is Emily Leon, the director of the new Redcliffe's Players youth production, The Long View. Emily, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
No, absolute pleasure. Thanks again for joining us. And The Long View, it's going to be showcased at the Cardross Hall in early August.
Yep.
What can you tell us about the production?
So the general story of the play is about how one moment in time can affect you for the rest of your life, even if it happens while you're quite young. Mm-hmm. And so with that in mind, our cast is quite young, with the youngest being 10 and the eldest being 19. Wow. So it's a youth production. Yeah. And it's actually the Redcliffe Players' first ever only youth production, which is awesome.
Yep.
And the kids that we have on the cast are just incredible. They're so enthusiastic and passionate, and it's been a blast to direct so far.
Yeah. Speaking of directing, this is your directorial debut with the Redcliffe's Players. Yep. How have you found coming in with this particular production? Have you found it a real challenge, or has the fact that there's so much youth and energy, I guess, really helped drive it so far?
I think I went in thinking it was going to be more of a challenge than it has been. But the cast are incredible, and they, anything that you kind of put to them, they're just like, we'll do this. Like, we were in the middle of designing our promotional posters, and two of our cast members were like, we had a little play around, this is what we've come up with, and you're just like, oh yeah, okay, this is awesome. So it's definitely been less hard than I thought it was going to be, because their enthusiasm just picks everything up, and I can't go into rehearsals mad, because they're already there and they're so passionate and they're so excited. Yep. And I've never had such an engaged audience when I talk. Yep. Like, every word I say, they're just hanging off of, and it's amazing.
Yeah. So in terms of your cast and crew, you mentioned your cast is quite young. Does that extend to your crew as well?
Yep. One of the girls we've got on our lights and sounds is in year 12 at the moment. And as for the production team, they all are not quite as young as our cast, but early 20s, mid 20s and early 30s, so that's generally quite young for a production team.
So it's a fantastic opportunity for these young kids, I guess, to get a taste for the performing arts at such a young age, and I guess then grow from there. I mean, is that how you're finding it?
Yeah, and what we wanted with this youth production was kind of to start building, the next stage of actors, like the upcoming people. And what I wanted as a director is to make them holistic performers, not just be like, here's a script, perform the way I want. So they've been very involved in the whole process, and we're also having workshops on sound and lighting and stage makeup and stage managing, so that they really get an understanding of what it takes to put on a performance, not just from the actor's point of view.
What is it about the performing arts that's got you hooked, or where does your interest in this industry come from?
I've always loved performing. I was the kind of kid who wrote and directed plays with minor roles from my siblings, like from an early age I've loved performing. I've made a career out of it. I'm a drama teacher, and that passion is just what I've wanted to put onto these kids, and I hope they've seen it. But I think the performing arts are incredibly important for everybody of any age. It instills confidence, it instills public speaking skills, it instills, stage presence, improv, which, you need at any point in time, that you have to go into a situation that you've not been in before. So all those skills, I think, are what's important in life in general. So I think performing arts is such an important thing in our community.
Yeah, you touched on this being, I guess, an opportunity to go into the next breed of performers, or the next crop of performers. Obviously, a number of seasoned heads that make up the Redcliffe's Players. We've seen them before take the stage. What sort of an impact have those guys had on this? Have they been much of an influence and a help, or have they really let you take it and make it your own?
They've definitely let me take it and made it my own. But they've also been there to support if I've come up with any questions, or if I've hit a roadblock that I'm unsure of, or if when things have gotten really busy for me in my personal life, like if I've needed help, they've just been right there and happy and willing to help out. So that's been awesome too.
Yeah, fantastic. And just finally, where can people grab tickets?
People can grab tickets from the Green Goddess Florist and on Try Booking.
Fantastic. And the dates for the performance?
So we are having a schools performance on the 8th, and then it will be open to the general public on the 9th. There'll be 2 shows on the 10th and a matinee on the 11th of August.
Fantastic. Emily, thank you so much again for coming in,
for having me.
All the best for the final weeks leading up to the opening night.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune back into milduraweekly.com.au for more videos.
Today's Talk of the Town is proudly brought to you by the Redcliffs Players in association with Telstra.